Good afternoon, and thank you once again for attending today's Customer Success Day. As introduced, my name is Chris Warticki, quote-unquote Customer Success Evangelist, but ultimately I work for Oracle Global Customer Support. I'm with the Global Customer Management Program Office with Oracle Support. A little background about myself. I've been with Oracle Support for almost 20 years, and I'm a former manager of our database support division based out of Orlando, Florida, where we have one of our global support centers for server technologies, for Fusion middleware, application-supported products, both on-premise, cloud, software, hardware, you name it. And coming from the delivery side of the house helps me enable our customers and talk to them about the inner workings and underpinnings about Oracle support. And so in this very lengthy title that we look at here about reducing SR management and critical issues with support best practices, it's ultimately about making your life easier with Oracle support, right? I mean, ultimately, nobody wants to create and manage service requests at the end of the day. But no matter where I travel all over the world, and as I speak with customers and talk to them about support best practices, the very first thing that everybody wants to learn how to do is how to get a service request solved faster. It's how to escalate a service request in case of a crisis, right? And nobody anywhere has ever asked me, said, Chris, can you teach my team how to prevent service requests? Can you teach my team how to prevent the escalation, right? Because nobody's being paid to create and manage service requests. Nobody's being paid to manage crises. And so support has multiple themes about it which enable our customers. And as I talked about in my very brief introduction along with Doug on the stage earlier, there are two components to my job, and one of them happens to do with what we're going to see here right now, which is uncovering and discovering all of the assets, all the resources, all the things that you have at your fingertips that you've paid for as a part of Premier Support. And then once you see it and you hear about it, then you're going to say, well, how do I know that my team is using any of this? And so that becomes the second part of my job, is the enablement. And so we want to offer to every one of you individual workshops, both either online or on-site, that would equip your team so that they would take full advantage of what I'm going to share with you today. And so cloud support best practices from a theme, they cover 5 key components. And the first component happens to do with cloud support education and training. So one of the questions I ask all the customers is, did you know as part of your Premier Support investment with Oracle, it included training? Like on an ongoing basis, through the resources, without any additional investment. And so a lot of customers are like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. On a monthly basis, there are a variety of resources, events, webcasts, interaction engagements that you can take full advantage of to prevent service requests. Be better students of the product. I mean, it is by far and wide the #1 budget that got cut in the global economic climate in the last 10 to 12 years was training, right? And we are trying to, at the speed of light or faster, move all of these projects and all of these initiatives, very, very quickly. And we're not getting enough training on what the product can do. And so I'll talk about a little bit about that more. The second best practice, when it happens to do with cloud support best practices, has to do with changing your default user experience that you have with Oracle. You see, our customers have been using our products for 20, 30 plus years. And I hear it all over the world. Oh, Chris, we know Oracle support. We know how to log service requests, or we know how to create them. We know how to manage them. I'm like, yeah, I know you do. But do we know how to prevent them? But do we know how to, more importantly, come into a portal that is specifically tailored to the products that you're working with, to the role that you perform on the job each and every day? Or is it just this default user experience that, honestly, the majority of customers have not changed? And so whether you knew it as a pre-My Oracle support or My Oracle support today, I'm going to demonstrate and show you some things in a moment that will show you how to improve that experience. Third, are proactive alerts and notifications. Every one of our customers, every one of our users of our products, whether you're a functional user of our applications, whether you're a technical user as a DBA or a developer, an architect or an engineer, whether you're managerial or executive, all of those roles as users of our products could be getting a proactive weekly email coming from Oracle support about the solutions we've just discovered, about what development's working on, about major alerts to prevent Sev1s and crises in your organizations. And so the question is, are you getting that email? Are you getting those proactive alerts coming from Oracle? If not, then we'll show you how to do that. Fourth, we've accumulated a vast amount of knowledge. We've accumulated a lot of experiences working with our customers. No two customers work in the exact same types of configurations or setups. And so when we close service requests for our customers all over the world, we populate the knowledge base. We have an obligation, we have a commitment to you to do that. We create new articles and we revise existing ones. And so in the previous bullet, when we talk about proactively alerting you and notifying you, that's one conduit. But we've consolidated that information into the best of the best of the best solutions that we use all the time so that you can find what you need the first time fast and move on with your day. You see, the best support that we can provide any of our customers is no service request, right? The product's working. If it's not working, here's where you need to look. Here's where you need to be laser focused. Find what you need, move on with your day. No service request. And then finally, we have a very, very specific portal for you and for all of our customers that are in the cloud called Cloud Customer Connect. And it has a multitude of features and functions I'll talk about a little bit more in depth. But that portal differentiates itself in what I would consider to be a unique way for our customers. So My Oracle support is that portal of transactional engagement. It means that is the portal where you interact with service requests with our support engineers to solve technical issues. And you're familiar with that. Cloud Customer Connect, on the other hand, is what I call a relationship portal. It's a relationship portal to build a network of like-minded users, just like yourselves, all over the world, exchanging ideas, sharing best practices, building relationships, and expanding your circles of influence with numerous lines of business at Oracle. Product strategy, product management, product development. And so I'm going to highlight a couple of those key components. So instead of talking about text on slides, I'm going to show you what I'm going to talk about next. So what we're looking at here is the Cloud Customer Connect portal, as I was just referencing a moment ago. And so Cloud Customer Connect has a multitude of features, and I'll talk about those in the themes, the 5 themes that I mentioned just a moment ago. Cloud Customer Connect, on a monthly basis, publishes events. And these events in the ERP space and other cloud pillars are to put our customers in connection with different components that are either in person or online. So today's event is one of those in-person events. But as we can see coming up, we have one specifically focused on credit management in the cloud. And you have the ability to attend these on a weekly, monthly basis and keep your technical and functional saw sharp. As I scroll down here a little bit, I just want to let you know that we do record these. We archive them in our library so that you have the ability to download them and replay them. And so you can see them here. So one of them talks about the accounting automation and what the path ahead looks like to streamline and automate the year-to-end-to-end accounting process and greatly reducing manual labor, right? I mean, who doesn't want that? As I mouse over, the presenter of this recording pops up that person's name. Sona, in this case, is product manager here at Oracle in the SaaS space. And why wouldn't you want to connect with that presenter? Why wouldn't you want to ask that person questions about that particular product feature or functionality and build and expand upon a network inside this relationship portal that we call Cloud Customer Connect? So expanding that, connecting with people, is going to help you be more successful in accelerating your move and additional moves into the cloud. If I click a little bit into some of the previous recordings as well, I just want to share with you just some other ones that might be relevant, but there are several of these in here. One in the middle here that I'm going to highlight right now just happens to be with streamline reporting in Oracle General Ledger. Who doesn't want that, right? Who doesn't want their products to be working better, quicker, faster, to know how to perform that function, to be more effective and more efficient? Nonetheless, Oracle support is answering those questions by the hundreds and thousands every month, every year on how to do those things such as that. One of the other resources I talk about in Cloud Customer Connect when I mention continued training and education happens to be under this drop-down menu under resources that we call the documentation. Now, documentation has a very bad connotation to it because nobody's reading the manuals anymore, right? Nobody reads the manuals. But nonetheless, Oracle has done a tremendous job in revamping our documentation. It's not just one very long HTML document with 1,000 hyperlinks in it. But as we look at the Cloud Documentation series, and as I scroll down and talk about financials for a moment, over on the left-hand side, you see a very, very intelligible table of contents that has these categories of where are you in the cloud and in the component of the cloud that you're working with. Are you trying to implement the cloud? Are you trying to administer the cloud? Are you trying to use the product? Are you trying to report on the product? And so these very, very easy to follow table of contents here are going to provide you the necessary steps to get started. Over on the main window, as I scroll over here, where you see about your subscription, where you see where you learn what's new in our updates. You click on the new features every quarter. When those updates come out, you see the table of contents. You can navigate to it and quickly and easily find out what has Oracle incorporated into the product. How do we want to take advantage of this in our own business process? So as I was mentioning, training budgets being kind of slashed all over the globe, you know, when our customers are talking to me about what does Oracle support provide us when it comes to training, what you have in front of you in this list is a personal development plan. You have a team development plan here. Going through on a weekly basis, going through on a monthly basis, and taking these components in order to prevent the need to create and manage service requests in that fashion. Being in the ERP space, I'll click on this very, very popular piece which has to do with analysis and reports. And I was recently working with some CIOs and CFOs with many of the national transportation systems in the various states. And I was taking them through this, and they were talking about how they were really having to customize the products and build custom reports all the time. And I just kind of stood back and listened to them, and I said, what is it that the product's not doing for you? Like, we're we do this for a living. I mean, you guys are in the transportation business. We're in the software. We're in the hardware business. We're in the, we do this. Oracle's specialty is this. Is our product not, doing what our customers have been asking for years and years? And so you can see the components here, but it says, reads down here, review the pre-built analytics and reports. And the hyperlink right beneath that, that hyperlink just right there will open up an Excel spreadsheet with 600 pre-built reports of what the product does. And in this particular story I share with you, these CIOs and these CFOs were following along on their laptops, and they were clicking on this, and much to their surprise is that they were paying third-party partners or implementers or some consultant to actually create custom reports on what the product was already capable of doing. And so if you want to accelerate your success with the products as you move into the cloud, and even if you're still in on-premise, then you want to take a look at what the product capabilities are doing, what they have in store for you. And that way, you'll prevent additional service requests going on further. Does the product do this? How can I do this? In where you have here, under this reports, under this category of analytics, you have the ability to create and manage those reports, to work with the different dashboards, and provide the results of what you're looking for through the product itself. Now, beyond that table of contents on the left-hand side, there are also the very detailed, what we call books, here at the bottom. And the books provide our customers those detailed user guides. They provide them the admin guides. They provide them the implementation guides. And just last week, I was with a customer who said, Chris, I logged a service request because I was trying to ask Oracle about how to integrate security in the cloud. And I simply said, well, first of all, the best place to start would have been right here under this table of contents, under this heading that reads Secure. But more importantly, as we scroll through those books, as I was talking about, implementation categories, administration categories and headings, and then we have there itself the security category right there in the middle that talks about securing ERP and those variety of products within it. This is where you save time and energy, labor and money when it comes to engaging support on what you've already paid for here to begin with, right? So that's just one area of continued training and education. Please remember that your premier support investment includes Cloud Customer Connect, but those events, participate in them, engage and connect with those resources that are the presenters themselves. Leverage the resources found in the documentation, otherwise known as the Oracle Help Center, in order to create personal and team development plans for your employees and divisions. But let's move back into Cloud Customer Connect, and at the very top, along with those resources and events, we also have the different forums or communities that allow our customers to engage with like-minded users all over the world, asking questions, exchanging ideas, sharing best practices. And as I scroll down and choose the financial forum, what's great here is that we'll go ahead and discover, how we can, once again, see what's being asked, see what's most prevalent and common, how many people are reviewing that, and how many views it's achieved, people that rate it based on the solutions, answers, as well as the recommendations they provide. But as you're embarking on the cloud, in any particular area, why not come out to a forum in a community and say, hey, we're about to do this. Has anybody else had any experiences here, right? What pitfalls or landmines should we look out for? We heard in some of the group panel discussions about change management, executive sponsorship, and the buy-in needed to make these moves, as well as to incorporate these best practices. So the forum posts help you also connect with those customers and other lines of business at Oracle. But now let me move us from the Cloud Customer Connect portal, and I'll come back to it towards the end here. But I now want to talk to us about My Oracle Support. I want to talk to us under the theme of the support evolution. You see, the support of 20 years ago was dialing an 800 number, navigating a very lengthy phone menu, and talking to a support engineer that may or may not have known your issue after being on hold for X amount of time. And so Oracle has evolved by creating a support portal that helps our customers route their issue based on product and problem type. We call that skills-based routing. But I don't want to digress into talking about service request process more than I do want to talk about how we've also changed the evolution for our customers. The evolution for our customers provides us a portal that many of you are familiar with. You work in it frequently, but you haven't changed the default experience. Because once you register for My Oracle Support, the next thing that you need to do is customize it and personalize it based on the products that you're working with, your specialty areas, or your in particular roles that you have at your organization. And so what we look at in a dashboard in My Oracle Support has to do with these different gray bar headers that are called content regions. And these content regions contain a lot of data. They contain a lot of data based on the service requests that you've created and those of your peers that share those support identifiers for all the products that you've accumulated. So on the right-hand side of what you're looking at, you see all of those reactive service requests. And on the left-hand side, you might find a lot of information, and you're not really sure why it's there. But as I talk to our customers, as I want to enable your organizations in this exact same thing, we click on the upper right-hand corner to customize the page, to open up the application development framework, to actually reduce the quantity of these content regions that are by default presented to you. That's the first step. Reduce the quantity. Tighten things up. Make it a dashboard that's useful for you. Many of our customers have been in this portal for 10, 15 plus years, and they still have a region that's entitled Getting Started. Right? So you could remove that, free up some real estate, and put something more noteworthy and necessary for yourself. So customizing your tabs, especially the dashboard tab, is primary. But that's step one. You see, I'm still seeing all information against all service requests and all products that have to do with the support identifiers in my profile. And so the second piece of best practice of customization is then you personalize it by using Power Views. And in the upper portion of the screen, as I navigate to the top, you create Power Views based on many different ways, but I encourage our customers to create them by product. And so I've created one here for the ERP cloud products like AR, accounts receivable, general ledger, and accounts payable. And as I've now just turned that Power View on, my service request region just shows me service requests against those products. What's in it for me? What's important to my role, right? So I can declutter by decreasing the quantity of these content regions, but then I can also increase the quality of the information that's being presented within them. And so I'm going to tighten up one of these, the service request region, for a moment, because I want to highlight this knowledge article region as I drag it and drop it over into the bigger window here, because this is where the Power View becomes a very powerful resource for you. Because under that region are two tabs, and the first tab that's on right now reads Recently Updated, and it highlights 59 recently updated articles or newly created articles by members of the ERP Cloud support team all over the world, as recently as today, answering questions, sharing best practices, how-to questions, troubleshooting of an error code, so that way you are not rediscovering that exact same issue over and over again. There's a secondary tab in the knowledge article window, and that tab reads alerts. Now, an alert differentiates itself from any item of content, like a note or a bulletin or an FAQ, for example, because when an alert gets published, we know it will broadly affect the majority of customers that's using that product. So therefore, as a result of that, many high-severity service requests get logged. Everyone wants to escalate them. Everybody wants to pull the break glass type of methodology of escalation and calling anybody at Oracle that they can get a hold of to quickly solve their problem, when in essence, you can solve it yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to help. When we talked about this morning, how can I help you? This is what I want to do for your organizations, is equip them and enable them to prevent these exact same issues in your organization. That's how I want to help. And the key message behind Premier Support, in that it's a self-service model, means that you have this in order to stand on your own 2 feet and to be successful, and then to work with the other channels through Oracle, like development, like product line management, like strategy, like our customer success management organization, in order to only enhance what you have. Now, I certainly do not need every customer or every user of our products banging away inside of our support portal each and every day looking at their dashboard, right? I mean, there's definitely benefit here to sit here and say, okay, if the more I spend time in my knowledge articles here on my left-hand side of the window reading solutions and preventing problems, the less time that I will spend creating and managing service requests. Yes, there is truth to that. The better user that you are of the products, the fewer service requests you will create. Even more importantly, when you talk about best practices using MyOracle Support and Cloud Customer Connect, it's not teaching our customers how to spend more time inside of a portal. It's teaching you how to spend less time. Know where to go, find what you need, move on with your day, and achieve and accomplish the tasks and projects that you have in front of you. Now, needless to say, there still is a challenge for what's left over. Because if I can share and help all of our customers find what they need and move on with their day, what's going to be left over is going to be very complex, very unique to your environments, and yes, they could be a rather long-running. Might be a little uncomfortable, but at least you're going to know that right up front. You're not going to spend a whole lot of time hunting and pecking, because we're going to share with you where to go, where to look, where to ask, who to ask, and ultimately improving your satisfaction with support. As I mentioned, I don't need everybody in these portals looking at these dashboards. We can send you and any user of our products this exact same information that we're looking at right here, and more. So for example, I asked that question earlier, who's receiving a weekly email from Oracle Support, and in that weekly email, it includes the exact solutions we're looking at right here, the ones we just discovered last week. In that weekly email, are you getting those alerts as a subcategory? I call those alerts take heed, must read, right? Prevent problems. Who's getting an email, and in that email is included the development activity of what they're working on with regards to the product? Right? Let me help you. I am here to help you. Sure, we can get weekly reports that would contain a summary of all service requests. Absolutely, we can do that too. So depending on your role, maybe you're an IT manager, maybe you're a project manager, maybe you're an executive that says, hey, I want to know where we are with working with support on a weekly basis. Why are we logging so many service requests? Do we have a training need that needs to be addressed? Do we have a product deficiency that needs to be looked at? Do we have any issues with support that we need to improve by using our processes in order to engage support more effectively, then those are the right ways of looking at service requests analytically for your success. This is about accelerating your success, not by creating and managing more service requests. Right? I've had situations where customers will say, well, we spend tens of millions of dollars with Oracle, and we logged 1,000 service requests last year, and my cost per service request is $10,000 per SR. And I'm like, well, would you like to cut that in half? And they all say, yeah, we would love to cut that in half. And I said, great, we'll log 2,000 service requests next year, right? That doesn't make much sense. See, the value of support is being able to take full advantage of what we have here. And whether that is a feature or a function, whether that is a knowledge base, so finding what you need the first time fast, as I navigate to the knowledge base, to the knowledge tab, there is a knowledge region, content region called the knowledge base. And under the knowledge base, this is where you can pick your product and enter your search terms here. That becomes laser focused. Because until you've ever created a power view, when you use the global search in the upper right-hand corner, you're still searching the entire knowledge base against 7,600 plus products. It gets a little noisy, right? You can't find what you need, you get a little frustrated, and then you're like, I'm going to just go ahead and log a service request instead. Somebody else will know it better, quicker, faster. So when you pick your products, enter your search terms, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find what you need and move on with your day. Because you're not the first person that ever asked that question, okay? But the other answer that you will get to very quickly is if a service request needs to be open by determining if nothing comes back in the exact same knowledge base that we use every day, then open up that SR because we've never seen it before. Something's different or something's new, and you're reporting it for the first time. So go ahead and open up that service request. Maybe there are solutions that you do find, and those solutions don't solve your problem. Well, then the best practice would be my endorsement, open up a service request with Oracle. Tell them you read note A, B, and C, and those notes still didn't solve your problem. Well, what's the conclusion? It's the exact same answer. We have a new problem. Something is unique, something's different, and now we need to troubleshoot it in a different way. But at least you're going to get to that conclusion quickly, spending less time hunting and pecking, more time finding what you need and moving on with your day. As I move out of the knowledge base section and again, recap a few things with our customers when it comes to support best practices for customers in the cloud, it's about prevention. It's about being proactive. And the reactive engagements certainly are there. Yeah, do customers want to learn how to escalate? Yes, we can teach you how to request support management attention. Absolutely. We want to teach our customers how to log a fully qualified service request with enough information, more than enough information, than you've ever given us before so that we can shorten the time to resolution as quickly as possible. All of those best practices are part of that intricate workshop. These workshops, by the way, we offer to our customers not only my personal extension to do this for you, either on site or online, we do offer them on a monthly scheduled basis. We do offer something called My Oracle Support Accreditation as well, so that you as a user could be accredited knowing the features and functions of the support portal. Very important for our customers, our partners alike, and very, very worthwhile. But as I go back to Cloud Customer Connect, I wanted to share with you something that was mentioned in our opening welcome with the VP of Applications when they were talking about Idea Labs. Because our customers, as you attend events like this in person, as you attend others online, the value is relationship. You guys are building relationships with like-minded users, people that are using the products like yourselves. And there's great value in talking to development management, product line strategy, et cetera, in the evolution of our products. I mean, there is no greater change agent to the future evolution of our products than the collective voice of our customers. No greater. I mean, there's a booth out in the atrium from the Northern California Oracle Applications User Group. Like-minded users coming together, sharing experiences. I encourage you to be part of that. But when we talk about Cloud Customer Connect, in the Idea Labs that exist, this is where we handle what I call like a parallel track when it comes to our customers' enhancement requests. You see, when you log a service request with support through the MyOracle support portal, and that service request might become a bug, and I use that term very loosely, and development says, well, the product wasn't intended to do that, that would be an enhancement request. And so our customers will then learn that the service request will be closed, and subsequently you can follow that enhancement request in MyOracle support. And that's been the traditional method for a very long time. Well, within Cloud Customer Connect, this is where you crowdsource it. This is where you go ahead and bring people together for your idea and champion that idea through the Idea Labs. And so as I click on the Financials Idea Labs, this will appear where you'll see submissions that are taking place from our customers all over the world. Okay. You see the ideas listed here. You have a very, very simple thumbs up, thumbs down voting on whether you like it or not. It's always very important with your enhancement requests to, first and foremost, talk about the business impact. How does that what will this enhancement do to your business? Quantify it, qualify it in some manner. But not only can you vote on these, you'll see on the right-hand side as I scroll down a bit further and highlight the top 10 ideas. Right? This, once again, is kind of what I call phase 2 of the enhancement request process. Phase 1 being you work through MyOracle support, you take care of that service request that becomes an enhancement request, and then you say out to the community, who else wants it? Right? Who else is looking for this exact same feature or functionality? And so the Idea Labs are a great way to gather that collective voice of the customer feedback, and then product strategy, product line management takes a look at this to incorporate them in future versions of the product. So as I wind down today's session, and I go right back to my initial agenda slide on the support best practices for cloud, those acceleration of your success, if we could go back to that slide, thank you. In order to accelerate your success, are we staying sharp functionally and technically on the products? How much are we becoming a student of our product? Our careers are dependent on using these products. Let's be the best users of the product. Yeah, can I teach you how to be the best users of support? Yes, I will. But most importantly, the more you are a better user of the product, the less you'll need to use support. The customization and personalization is all about changing your experience, getting out of that default that's been there for years and years, and for some of you, decades. Receiving proactive alerts and notifications in order to stay ahead of what support knows at the time that we know it. And then finding it the first time fast. I don't need to mull around inside of a portal trying to figure out where I need to go or just quickly opening service requests. If I know exactly where to go, I can get in and get out and move on with my day. And then as we look at the engagement portal of Cloud Customer Connect and its feature-rich offering that it has, are you participating in those forums? Are you participating in those ideas and sharing and exchanging them. And sometimes I make this contrast of saying to our customers, don't be just a poacher, be a participator, right? Communicate, collaborate, and become more effective and efficient in working with our products. So as I conclude today, I want to thank you so much for coming out. I do have a gentleman that will be wandering the room if anybody has any questions at this time that I can answer regarding cloud customer success, your support, the portals that I've presented, and any of the processes that need addressing. If there are any questions? Question here in the front. One in the back. Get the microphones to you here.
Hey, my name is Parakram. I'm with the First Republic Bank from San Francisco. So I heard something new about Oracle support that is called Advanced Customer Support, I guess, ACS. Would you like to talk about that? What is that exactly and how it's going to change support thing?
Certainly.
Thank you.
So let me just repeat the question for everybody is that this customer had heard about what is called Advanced Customer Support, or ACS in its acronym. ACS is actually not a new offering. It's actually been around for a very, very long time. And so what every customer has as a foundation is what is known as Oracle Premier Support. Everybody has it. Some of you might remember the medals of support, medals that we used to have years ago, bronze, silver, gold. Does anybody remember that? Okay, we got rid of that model like 18 years ago. All right, so what we have is a foundational model. Everybody has Premier. And then customers look at everything that I just showed you. This is what you've paid for. And they say, great, Chris, but we want something else. We would like on-site assistance. We would like remote DBA. We would like somebody to manage our service requests. We would like somebody on-site that can help us troubleshoot those service requests. That's where Advanced Customer Services fills that need. So ACS goes on top of Premier Support, and those services are an additional investment. Very good question. Question up here at front as well.
So you talked about the Idea Lab. I was just curious if you recommend submitting both an enhancement request and putting your idea in the Idea Lab, or just the Idea Lab, is that good enough?
Very good question as well. It's one that's asked frequently. And so once again, is the recommendation that I'm sharing with you to just submit something in Cloud Customer Connect through the Idea Labs, or to also use My Oracle Support in order to create the service request to begin with? So I call this, it's a two-fold process. You're going to have to do both. One takes care of the process. That is the My Oracle Support portal to create the service request, to create the bug to go to development, and that gets the attention of development, okay? Idea Labs is, again, that crowdsourcing, as I like to call it, community of garnering more feedback, more eyes on it, and Cloud Customer Connect is then grabbing the attention of product line management and product strategy. And so product development combined with product line management and strategy, they meet to make sure they're in sync and in line. So the answer is yes, please do both. And by the way, prior to Cloud Customer Connect, in the on-premise space for Oracle applications users, in OAUG, there used to be what was called the enhancement voting system, where all those enhancements would get voted on by the users on an annual basis. And then those were presented to the different product managers and product line development groups. And that has actually moved in the on-premise space for applications into My Oracle Support communities. But for the cloud customers that are represented here today, Cloud Customer Connect is your specific relationship portal. Very good question. Additionally?
There were some training videos for the cloud I think you showed earlier. Are those available for customers that are EBS customers today, or just for current cloud customers only?
Great question. So when I was in what was called the documentation or Oracle Help Center and showing those table of contents on the left-hand side, those table of contents in the cloud space have been revised to help our customers really find what they need very quickly. And And with the link on the left-hand side that was for videos, Oracle has made a tremendous effort over the last 15 plus years that I've seen in incorporating as much multimedia into all products. So that includes cloud, as we have been embarking on that over the last several years, as well as our legacy on-prem products. You'll find videos, step-by-step tutorials, and how-to guides with screenshots that take our customers to those solutions to help them find what they need and be more educated. So it's a combination of everything across the majority of products. We've got a question in the back.
Yeah, hi. My name is Deepak Kumar, and I have two questions. Like one, actually, in Oracle we used to have like on-demand services. So how you distinguish between the on-demand services and the cloud? And the second thing is like how, basically, like you are convincing everybody going into the cloud. So how you will maintain the security of the data? Because these days so much hacking is happening, like Facebook, Equifax. So like how you convince to the big corporations like your data will be secure in the cloud environment?
Okay. Well, in this multifaceted question you've asked, I'll start with where you finished off in the security aspect. And I highly recommend, I'm no security expert, but I highly recommend that you work with your entire account team when it comes to how our security is embedded into the cloud, as well as the processes that the cloud services have with regards to security. Okay, that would be my first answer for you. Oracle support is not actually securing your environments. That's all going to happen on the provisioning side, as well as in what features and functions we're actually using to actually secure our customers' data. Okay, so that's the first piece. You mentioned a legacy name called Oracle On Demand, otherwise known as hosted services way back when. That is now called Oracle Managed Cloud Services. And that does differentiate itself somewhat from just, say, a cloud services customer. There's a little bit more account management aspect to it from a support perspective, as well as there's different deliverables in the managed cloud services, because it's an additional cost, versus just the cloud subscription. So that, too, is something that you would have to work with your sales and account team, and in some cases, advanced customer services. Any other questions? Got one up here.
Hi. My question is the Cloud Customer Connect and My Oracle Support. What is the difference between the two? Because there's a lot of information on My Oracle Support. I've not been able to find, solutions or, the information that I need readily. I'm just learning about Cloud Customer Support. So what's the difference between these two, and where should I really be going to get answers to my questions?
Okay. So this is the best way that I can decipher or describe the two that you've just mentioned. So the difference between My Oracle Support and Cloud Customer Connect. My Oracle Support is an engagement portal, okay, of transactional support, which means service requests, in order to ask questions of Oracle Support. It's the only conduit our customers have of creating service requests with the support delivery organization. Cloud Customer Connect, on the other hand, is what I like to affectionately call a relationship portal. You can ask questions, you can exchange ideas, you can see the Idea Labs, participate in events, and have access to those other resources. But that's how I differentiate the two. My Oracle Support has always been the traditional self-service support portal for all of our customers. As we have evolved into the cloud, we've created a separate relationship engagement portal, or not engagement portal, but a relationship portal called Cloud Customer Connect to serve that community. Use both. I recommend highly using both. And put me to work for you, so that way I can help show you exactly where you need to look so that you're not hunting and pecking and needing to waste a whole lot of time there. So My Oracle Support has numerous features and functions. I just highlighted what I consider to be the three key ones, and then Cloud Customer Connect has additional features and functions, but they're used together. I would highly recommend of all cloud customers in this room and that everybody that watches this video, you should be in Cloud Customer Connect at least once a week. Give me 1 hour once a week of your time. See an event, download a recording, read questions, and build a network of like-minded users. We've concluded our time that we have scheduled for today. If you have any other additional questions, as a reminder to all people, we have a pod and a booth out in the atrium for Oracle support. You can sign up for a workshop with myself that will deliver it either online or in person for your entire organization of users to go through this and a whole lot more. You can sign up for that and ask questions of any of the participants or Oracle employees that are staffing that or see me after today's session. Thank you so much for your investment of time in today's conference. More importantly, thank you for your business as customers. Have a wonderful day.